these dirty beers.
Where'd you find these dirty beers?
They were clean, and then I put that fucking outdoor curtain on it.
Yeah.
I went to my old house. I bought a zipper or flipper. It's like this.
What's that?
It's like a little thing, you know, like those old MP3s. It looks like an old MP3.
Oh, okay.
And it can emulate the signals like RFID signals and NFC, whatever all that shit is. So I can use it to replace my key fob. I can put like
Oh, cool.
change the TV remote or change. But so I bought that, but I sent it to my old address. So I had to go to
That's the
my
one
old
with the
address.
dolphin, right?
Yeah,
I saw
Flipper.
Yeah.
There's commercials for it everywhere. I fell for it.
Does it work though?
I've just bought it. It's
Okay.
in the wagon if you want to.
It's like a one-stop remote for everything.
I think your phone's ringing.
My phone is out of here.
Can you screenshot it so I can ask someone else to figure it out? But yeah, so I bought that, so I got that. And then I was at my old place. I was like, oh shit, I need curtains for this room. So let me get these curtains that I bought
Yeah.
from my old house because I had a little carport and I used the curtains for when I worked out and I didn't want anyone to see me. So I could work out in peace.
That's nice. And was it these curtains though?
No, they're not.
Oh,
Those
okay,
curtains.
gotcha.
I literally just got them.
I was like, that'd be funny if it was the red ones. Hans is always ready for the show.
Red light district curtain.
Yeah, dude.
I gotta work out in my environment of comedy.
You got the overhead lights.
Ha ha ha. That's what she said.
Black people be doing this.
When white people be doing that.
Yeah, black people be doing this, and white people be doing that.
Airplane food.
And the Mexican people be doing this.
That's a good workout. We should do a comedy workout class.
One. Yeah.
Just have a different type of joke for each one. Like,
Yeah.
have a woman do like my pussy look like.
Yeah, yeah. And then you can do a squat each time you do a different my pussy looks like.
Now I want your pussy to look like a bacon.
Yeah.
Squeeze it tight, ladies.
Some of the gym stuff is so sexual. I do like those ones where you put your legs in it and then squeeze them together.
Yeah, you do the splits.
Yeah,
Weighted splits.
Yeah, the weighted splits.
Ugh.
And it,
Yeah. You just got to get a machine across from it. Just be like,
I know. Well, yeah, exactly. Well, sometimes the machines like they face each other, and then it's just you and some guy or some chick just
sharing, stoning some guy.
Make eye contact. You know,
just squeezing your tits together and spreading your legs apart.
Yeah, exactly. And winking. I do the wink machine. Yeah, dude.
The grabbing machine.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Oh yeah, the hand strength. Don't get me started. Dude, some guy told me to put my hand in rice. He's like, put your hands in buckets of rice. And just
way to
grip it all
waste
day.
rice.
It's a
great
way to waste
Chinese people.
Yeah, yeah.
What are you doing my rice?
I'm getting my hands strong.
You ruined my rice with your white bacteria.
my bacteria hands. How Asian can I get on this podcast?
I don't know. We have to test
We
the
haven't
limit.
started yet, have we?
No, we're just
Okay.
warming up.
Okay, cool.
Now we've been going
Get
for a
all
while.
out now.
Oh,
All right,
Asian
done.
competition.
I feel like I do it in a pretty harmless
Respectful way.
Yeah.
I like that joke that you have about it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
You really. I won't do the rest of it, but because it's really talking about like, you know, your experience as a gay.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
like, how do you think it makes me feel when you say that kind of shit?
Yeah, it makes me feel
Like a
Japanese.
Japanese.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I love acting Japanese. I don't know where it comes from. And I've
Well,
never
you're a
been to
version
Japan.
of Japanese.
What's that?
You're a caricature of Japanese. It's not really Japanese.
It's really Japanese.
Well, whatever you have to think to make it real.
However, I can sleep at night.
But as an Asian, I have to
You have to tell me. Yeah,
Uh,
tell me the hard
People
truth
ring.
about. You have to tell me the hard truth about.
There's too much smiling and laughing for your Japanese accent.
Okay, okay, okay. So like more serious.
Yeah. You don't have to squint your eyes, just do the voice. Okay, you can do the face too. You look like the flipper dolphin.
Yeah. So, what? Okay, what's so? Are you gonna carry this flipper remote everywhere? Is
Yeah.
that the? And then
It's
you're gonna be
gonna
like,
be an
door.
addition on my keychain. Yeah, I'm gonna try to scan as much shit as possible. I
That's
don't
so
know how
cool.
easy it is because it's like I have to like click it and be like, okay, I want you to emulate this now, and it's not like automatic like a key fob is always being a key fob.
Can you open like any door?
No, you have to like get it first from someone else, and then I can do it.
Mm,
So
okay, okay.
don't let me borrow your key fob.
Yeah, uh-oh.
I'm getting in.
You're gonna be able to get into my shitty apartment complex, Jim.
Do you live in that apartment where everyone else lives?
No, no, but I live
You know
close
what I'm
to it.
talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I live down the road from that one.
That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you ever see them just going in there doing bits and riffing?
Oh yeah, yeah. I see, and then they go to that bar that's close to it.
Frasers.
Yeah,
Now they
and
know where everyone lives.
now they know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I see them there, and it used to be the spot where I would go for peace and solace. I would get a burger, sometimes alone,
Uh-huh.
and I love comedians, but sometimes I just want to eat by myself.
You're sick of just people coming up to you, recognizing you, having a friendship with you, loving you,
Yes. Yeah. No.
connecting.
I'm tired of
You
it.
just want to be brooding in the corner.
Yeah, I gotta be brooding and be Japanese
Melancholy.
by myself. If I'm Japanese by myself in my house alone, was I ever Japanese at all? It's like the Schrodinger's cat or that
Schrodinger's Japanese.
yeah, Schrodinger's Japanese cat.
It,
Uh,
it's like the best place to be Japanese is alone.
exactly.
Anyone can be Japanese.
If you're
There's no one
alone,
else there.
if you're alone and you
You're the
believe.
most Japanese person in the room then.
Yeah, most of the time, and when I am alone, I'm the most Japanese guy I know.
Yeah, you don't know that many Japanese people.
Have you been to Korea?
Yes,
How is Korea? I hear it's
it's
awesome.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like it's like an alien home world. Like if you go to Xenothon
yeah.
and then you go to their capital, it's like, oh, this is where the Xenothons do science. And oh, here's the place where they eat food. It's like everything is like for Koreans. It's like their home. You don't feel like America where it's like anyone can come here. It's like, no, this is for
This
Koreans.
is for Koreans.
Hmm.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very ethno-racial.
Awesome.
It's an ethno state. A single homogenous people conquered everyone else.
Yeah, especially not the North Koreans. You say no to the North Koreans.
No.
But when people flee North Korea,
Yeah,
you guys give
they
them
treat
like,
them all right.
yeah,
They're like,
okay.
yeah, because they're ideological. They're like propaganda pieces. But it's like, do you treat anyone really that great in a capitalist society?
No, not
They
really.
just get fed into the fucking machine and then they commit suicide and miserable because they don't know anyone and everyone, doesn't
Thinks they're
fuck with
weird.
them. Yeah, they're not like normal.
Because they're
They
like,
have to
wait,
hide their
where are the
accent.
announcements?
I don't know what to feel right now.
It's 6:30 a.m. Why aren't we doing the announcements?
How do I connect? That's their game. That's their game is all in like the fucking concentration camps. They don't know how to hit on people at a bar
No, no, because you're basically, I'm sure, just like emotionally stunted if you're born and raised in North Korea, where
in a
it's like,
certain way.
yeah, well, it's like you go to South Korea and then you meet up at a bar and you're like, oh, do you guys want to talk about how
It's
cool
it
Kim Jong Un?
there's a bit of that because it's like Mormons, like
Right.
they all believe in the same thing. So when you're operating under the same framework, but in South Korea, it's more diverse. I mean, not compared to America, but there's like more diversity of thought. So then they're like, what the fuck do I do? It's like
Yeah,
a Christian meeting an atheist.
right. And then do you think some of them flip like a total
Yeah, a
180
lot
where
of them do.
they take it too far, where
They're
they're
like, we
like,
hate South Korea. North Korea is better.
yeah, wild.
But that's just, it's comforting to be in an authoritarian place because, you don't have to think for yourself as much.
No, no, you kind of have your life laid out for you.
Yeah. And
Wow.
that's not a bad thing. It can be used as a bad thing, especially if you force people to be in it. But some people voluntarily choose to be Muslims. So who are we to
Wild.
judge?
No, that's cool.
Muslims?
Yeah,
Why don't you do
Muslims
a
are.
Muslim accent?
I should. Well,
It's just harder.
I do a terrorist accent.
Allah Akbar.
I do I have a line that goes oh no, they have all three. I'm still working on that.
That's your Arabic accent?
Yeah. Yeah.
I do an Arabic accent in my act, in one of my jokes.
I think you go, oh, don't you do the
No, that's someone else you're thinking of. That's
Okay.
probably a song of mine.
Yeah.
I do we should do something nice for America.
But it sounds like Russian almost.
We should do something nice for America.
We got to work on our
America.
accents.
Fuck you.
Dude,
You need to work on not insulting Japanese people.
I love Japanese people more than
But you
probably
never
anyone you
see
know.
them at comedy clubs.
I see you all the time.
I'm not Japanese.
I know, but like,
But you're close.
Close enough. It's the closest we have to Japanese.
It's like seeing a French person being like, "Oh, you're German?
Yeah, bingo
You're from the
bongo.
continent.
Yeah.
You both follow kilometers."
You teach me how to have better Asian accents so it's less offensive, and I'll teach you how to talk gay. Because I feel like Asians and gays pretty people don't like us.
Wait, people like Asians?
Yeah,
We're not pariahs.
not Asian gays though.
No, they're too powerful.
Yeah, that's someone that's got their life too in
confusing.
order. Yeah.
You have a body for your activity type.
Yeah. The house is way too clean. At a gay Asian place, it's like, whoa, do you
Yeah.
even live in this place?
Is your house pretty clean?
No, I'm a
Or
dirtbag.
pretty straight coated?
Yeah, I've been coding the straights for a while now.
Just coating everything in
I
Red
do-
Bull and what is that?
I do laundry
Old
piles.
Spice.
I do dirty laundry pile and clean laundry pile.
Of course.
And then the really nice shirts I'll hang up. But I don't I wear the same thing almost every day.
Well, it's not wrinkled, your shirt, so that's good.
Yeah.
How do you keep it wrinkle free? That's my biggest problem because I'm trying to not iron as much.
Mhm.
I can do it and I do enjoy it, but it is time consuming.
Yeah, don't let it become a vice.
I'm on that ironing kick,
It
man.
is, dude. Being an adult is so time consuming. There's so
So many
many
little errands. You're basically a panda bear and you have to take care of yourself and, jerk yourself off, get yourself
Right.
bamboo. It's like there should be a job.
I know. I like the idea of universal basic income because it's like I feel like me just operating as a human being is like a lot of work. Like the little errands, I gotta go to the coffee shop
Yeah,
now.
I should be paid for this.
I should be paid for this. And
You want me to not commit a mass shooting?
Yeah, right.
Am I supposed to go on my free time and fucking take care of this fucking hunk of meat?
Right.
I'm doing this for you.
I'm doing this for you, dude. I bought
don't
a
have to do anything.
computer so I can go online to pay a bill that I owe you.
Oh, that's true. We're not thinking about it because we just expect everyone to have a computer and a car and a phone.
Right.
It's like, how much does that cost?
Exactly. And then with all
Internet
the
data.
costs are so many other errands.
Yeah.
Oh, I
You
gotta
gotta
get
go
groceries.
argue. You drop your phone once. When am I supposed to never drop my phone?
I'm in a domestic dispute with my wife and I drop my phone. That's not free.
What? Yeah, totally. But yeah, I mean, I think human beings are crazy animals, and we've been able to trick them into not committing terrorist acts. But we should really try to take care of each other because we deserve so much terrorism, especially here in America.
Yeah. I don't go to the when I go to the movies. I always think, how do I get out of this movie theater? If time be, you ever think about that? If like, what's the fall gonna be like jumping over that staircase?
Um, I think that's fun to do from time to time, but I think it comes at a cost at some point.
Yeah.
Because then you're just like, what'd you say, babe? Oh, I was just looking at the fucking.
Oh, nothing. And then meanwhile, I have like the plan all set in motion.
And women are doing some other kind of calculus. They're not worried about mass shooters. They're worried about like some guy being creepy to them and just fucking freaking out.
Yeah,
And
they
just
they
having
got
a-
other problems. We're all thinking about different things, but no one's like telling each other what we're all thinking.
That's why we got to have a supreme leader like Kim Jong Un,
Yeah,
and then we can have sex with people finally,
exactly.
because he'll keep everyone in line.
Yeah, yeah, because everything else will be sorted out. You won't need a computer because the computer has access to internet, and I don't want extra thoughts or perspectives.
Why would I need extra thoughts? The supreme leader fills my head up with everything I need. What am I gonna listen to some guy that shits? This guy doesn't even shit.
This guy doesn't give a shit. I want to listen. How do you think people, Hans? How do you think people should be nicer to each other? What do you feel?
Economically,
Economically? What does that mean?
materially, pay them a fair wage, and make sure that they're not in poverty and in driving a shitty car, and make it more walkable. And
Like keep the essentials covered.
yeah, food and shelter.
Hmm.
Give everyone food and shelter. I
Yeah.
don't care if you're a lesbian, if you're trans. Everyone gets food and shelter. Even if you're a terrorist,
Okay.
here's some food and shelter. Don't attack us.
Well, maybe if a terrorist had food and shelter, they wouldn't even feel the need to be a terrorist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we take food and shelter away from people in Yemen so that we can get, cheaper oil and gas.
Yeah.
So it's like
But we gotta have cheaper oil and gas.
walkable communities. It's so crazy that we need a car to get anywhere.
Yeah, it is nuts. That's why I used to live in Chicago and I loved it because the public transport
Yeah,
was
you've lived
amazing.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Denver, Chicago, LA.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I know.
Those three places.
That's pretty much the whole world.
Yeah, pretty much. I had some stints in St. Paul and I was born in San
Twin
Antonio
Cities.
and yeah,
Texan,
yeah, technically.
born and fled.
Yeah, exactly. I was here for 5 years, then I went to Colorado, then I went back here. I also
Now you're
lived in
back
Omaha when I didn't remember.
Whoa, what
Yeah.
happened?
I don't know. There was a dark. I have some.
Repressed?
No, just like I
Warren
only have
Buffett
like.
molested you?
Yeah, yeah. It was pretty tough, but I don't remember it.
You
So
hated
what's the
their
problem?
poker?
Yes, I think Warren Buffett is. Do you think you would get along with Warren Buffett?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I think
I'd
he's a
have to
nice
try
guy.
to get him to spread his wealth and distribute it equally, but
What do you think about billionaires, Hans Kim?
they are a policy error. Every market is controlled. We just don't control it in an efficient way, and it pools and gathers up top because we are a culture based on slavery, and we still are based on the plantation model.
But then some people aren't going to have super yachts. And then where does that leave the world?
It's the people super yacht. It's all called cruises, and a bunch of fucking Disney fucking 40, 50-year-olds will pay to have the honor to get like a windowless room in it. So
In your utopia, does Carnival Cruises still exist?
it's nuclear powered. We have nuclear powered cruises.
That'd be kind of nice.
It's silent.
You still need a place in any utopia for the Fatty McDoo-doos to be Fatty McDoo-doos.
Why? Are you like a peasant? You need to worship a king?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Well, yeah, I mean that's fine with like Alex Rodriguez or something, like a sports hero or like a movie star.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you deserve wealth now.
Yeah. Okay, but so how do we if money is more evenly distributed, how do we as a society decide who to push down into the dirt?
Well, I mean, you could just go for, the people that are weird, just normal bullying.
Yeah.
But they go home and have food every day, but you still get to bully them. And you get to bully them longer because they live longer now.
Yeah, we give them long, healthy lives and conditions to live,
So we can keep,
so we can
we
have
can keep
punching bags.
roasting them.
Yeah,
And we can get better roast jokes because they won't just die.
Right, right.
And we can learn more about them and just roast them even
Yeah,
more.
we can roast them more articulately and like
Yeah.
hit them harder and more specifically. What do you think about prisons? That's an interesting one because prisons make so much money.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought it cost like $30,000 to keep a
they're
prisoner.
making it back.
With what license plate?
No, with licensing fees.
Do you want to like? Can we put ads on prisoners?
I think I should go up to the prisons and say, "Hey, let's make a business out of this. Let's make more of a business out of it. I want to start licensing prisoners."
I want to license Eduardo
Yeah,
Sandoval.
let's start making some pop stars out of this. Yeah.
Yeah, who wants to be an escaped convict?
Yeah, yeah, an escape convict, and then it's like that you bringing them on tour. The security's crazy because you can't have them escape, but
Yeah.
but then they tour the world, and then you only got to pay them like 5 cents an arena, and
They have
then
dirt wages. That's awesome.
yeah, I don't know. I just think we could get more creative in that field.
Yeah.
But then you look at but there's always those stories of like places in Sweden or Switzerland or whatever
Yeah.
where they're like open door prison
They
policy.
coddle them.
Yeah, where they're like, oh, you can leave and then come back when you're ready. I
Yeah.
don't understand that.
What's not to understand?
Well, apparently it helps them out, but like, hey, if you murdered 3 guys, I think
Your life should suck.
yeah, I think you should lock the door probably.
What would you do? What would you change in a Swedish prison?
I don't know. Okay, so I do think they lock up the murderers.
Yeah, there's a lock.
For the non-violent crimes, they're like, all right, you got to be here at the end of the day. And I think it would be kind of funny to do like prisoner caps. So you can go out in a society during the day. You have to come back at night, but in the day you have to wear a big like chef's hat, but it says prisoner. I did a dumb thing.
And you can't go out without it.
Yeah, exactly. And if anyone sees you without the hat,
So you would incorporate more public humiliation into the justice system.
I think it's very effective. I think it's very effective, dude.
So you would have like ankle monitors be larger and
Yeah, like make it like a UGG boot, like a big metal
you
boot.
have to wear yoga pants if you're a man.
Yeah, yeah. It's every ankle monitor is a pair of Heelys, but only on one foot. So you got a skate on
And
one.
you gotta
foot
say
and then-
we when
yeah,
you're healing.
exactly.
We am a prisoner.
We, I'm a prisoner, and everyone would be like, okay, you know.
Yeah, Helies would be the mark of the devil.
Yeah,
He would just
yeah.
shame these fucking rapists and murderers.
Did you ever wear Heelys as a kid?
I have Helies.
Right now?
Yeah,
How are they?
they're hard to use.
I bet.
As an adult, I feel like if you're a kid, it's easier because there's less moment. You know, like if you press on your head, you go, it's more force. So
Yeah.
you have to be stronger. But if you're a kid, you're just like that big.
So you just why?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hard to use.
Yeah, I feel like
I've used it like once.
I always used to see guys use them in the mall because the mall would have those like shiny floors.
Linoleum, yeah.
Right.
No
And I would be
friction.
so jealous. But like now I'm like 300 whatever pounds, and I feel like the fall matters now.
Yeah, I mean, you're supported by your ankle, so
Mhm.
that little thing has to keep everything together.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Are you a thrill seeker?
No,
No.
safe by the book.
Never do bungee cord jumping or
No, I
whatever.
don't see the point of that. It's like a kid being like, "Throw me in the air." Like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'll
Right.
watch someone do it, and then they can describe it to me, and with my powers of empathy, I'll be right there with them.
You do have powers of empathy.
Yeah, I'm Asian. That's all I do is just empathize with
Worry.
people. Yeah, except for Japanese people.
Is that true? Like
Asians are more
Like-
worrying.
mhm.
I think we're more group-minded, but I don't think that necessarily means we're empathetic. I think we're just more easily hackable.
But you're saying Korea is completely different than Japan.
Oh, I said completely different than America and Japan too, a little bit, but they're trying to be the same thing. I just see like the dirty parts of Korea when I go. But when I go to Japan, I go to the tourist parts, so it's hard for me to compare
Why do you go to the dirty parts of
because that's
Korea?
where my family lives. So that's like I'm actually like meeting people that actually live there and stuff.
Wow, that's fascinating.
Yeah, it's so much better just to actually talk to people. Like, what's the point of going on vacation? You see the same tourists you see everywhere else in the world.
Yeah. Well, that's like modern tourism is like,
Yeah.
oh, I get to go to Outback Steakhouse in Japan.
That's crazy though. That would be fun, actually.
Dude, that's literally what I took a tourism class in college, and they're like, most people, like 98% of people, when they go on these trips, they just want to go to McDonald's in Sweden. They don't want to see it at
It
all.
shows a lot about their culture, what
Hmm.
they think about us, and how they're trying to mimic us.
Yeah, dude,
But that you have the option to do that. As a Korean, I don't have the option to go to like Sweden and go to like a fucking kalbi gym spot.
maybe they have one, and
I'm sure they have one.
it's just it's
It's not
white
convenient to
couple
get to.
cutting ginger bath.
People that are talking and looking like you. Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, welcome.
Oh, it's key. That's what I would love to do one day. That'd be my business.
You didn't get a job at a sushi restaurant. That could be a
Yeah.
sketch.
D-Rin sushi.
And everyone's like, are we allowed to laugh? Or is that offensive?
Don't laugh.
Don't laugh, please.
Don't laugh. Please do not make fun of my culture.
It's Japanese, man. Have you seen Tom Green in Japan?
No,
He's a menace.
really.
He goes there and he sees a cop. He takes his hat and he's like, "Oh, here's your hat. Oh, you want to get it? Oh, it's." He's like fucking with a cop. And in America, you get shot, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
But in Japan, the cop is like a fucking maid, and he's like playing along. He's like, "Oh, stop it!" Oh,
Oh my God.
and he like falls down.
dude.
He falls down in front of the escalator, and he's just like, "Oh, sorry guys," and they're all stepping over him. No one's saying a word to this fucking dumb fucking foreigner because they're too polite, and he's just being a fucking dumbass. It's like a wolf in a sheep's pen. It's like there's no immunity to this.
Right, so I go to Japan, there's no consequences.
Yeah, but you're a nice guy. You wouldn't do that.
I'm much more mean than you think, honestly.
Well, you should probably pick on someone your own size.
Hard to do. Hard to do. I'll go to Japan and pick on pandas. Just get in a panda cage and beat the shit out of one.
What the fuck? There are no pandas in Japan, dude. It's an island.
Pandas.
Japan.
Yeah, dude.
You go to a sumo thing. They'd love you.
Yeah, they would. Do you think they'd like me in Japan?
Yeah. Big, goofy, nice little Asian or white boy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they'd
You
love
said-
you. I know. Well, it's just because I'm so used to, being the Asian in a white place. So to imagine a white in an Asian place is like, it's kind of fucking up my brain right
I
now.
know. We could collab bonds.
Yeah,
We
we could
could
do a diary, be like, how's your outside of the world
call each other from
experience?
the other side of the world.
Yeah, but would you go there and would you like, be nice or would you, no, what would you do?
Yeah, I'd be nice. I'd be nice. I'd be fascinated. I'd
Yeah.
eat great food. I am nice to people I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd be cordial. Nothing bothers me more than people who are rude to like service people.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've worked so many service jobs that like I've seen how uh shitty people can be. So
What's,
it really
what's like
irks
the
me.
quintessential example of how people are shitty to service
It's
workers?
just basic like talk to them like a human being.
I'll get the fucking French fries, thank you.
Yeah, or
We can go now.
even like French fries or whatever.
French fries.
Or like
Treat
when
'em like a
people don't
robot.
tip. When people don't tip, that drives me nuts.
Well, you'd hate Japan. They don't tip at all.
Well, they've all agreed to not tip. And they
Okay.
don't need tipping culture because the people that are the servers there are getting paid enough,
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like,
But you don't like it when people don't pay people a living wage.
yeah, I
And
think that's,
economically cruel to them.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's pretty terrible. And then it's like, so you're gonna not pay them and then also act like a jerk to this guy who's like in an apartment with 3 other guys
He's struggling,
struggling.
and you don't even give him the decency of human contact.
Yeah,
But do you treat homeless people very well?
no.
I mean, they are starving for human decency. They're the ones that need it the most, and I don't give anything to those fuckers.
No, dude, I felt so bad. I went to McDonald's last night and there's a homeless guy and he was asking and I had like in my left driver like door, I keep like all my change, so I just like gave him a handful of change
Here's the
and
change, you filthy animal.
scatter. No, no. So so this was the messed up part is I gave him my change, but then his hand touched my hand and I was like, oh, now I can't eat. Now I gotta wait. Now I gotta wait to get home to wash my hands. But I was also like, you're kind of a jerk for that.
He
Like
did
you're
it on
kind of a jerk
purpose.
for
He
touching
needed
my hand.
that contact. He probably is thinking about it right now.
No.
Touch that guy.
No, well, luck. I don't know if he has means to listen to this podcast. But
He's a
it is,
big on skim
it
head.
is. I'm on one hand, I'm sorry for for that disparity, and on the
Yeah.
other hand, I'm not because I wanted to eat.
It's a thing. It's a physical reality that you can't ignore.
I can't ignore the reality of like,
You can't be like, he's human. I'm a liberal. I'm gonna just eat this food out of your dirty fucking butthole.
right. Well, that's the thing is this guy wasn't like homeless on like in a way of like this guy's just down on his luck.
Yeah.
This guy was like homeless in the way of like
He's like a
you're
career.
finding the poop to put your hands in.
Oh, he's like crazy as well.
Maybe.
He's like
And now I feel terrible
hygienically
for saying
crazy.
that. But
That's fine.
I'm so what am I supposed to do? Not wash my hands?
Not treat him like a filthy animal.
Well, that's the thing is I don't think I was treating him like a filthy
Well,
animal.
you should. He is a filthy animal. He's literally filthy, and humans are animals.
We're only supposed to think that. We're not supposed to say it.
Well, I
Jesus.
was in the alleyway behind the
You were
mothership.
homeless, but you were never like that.
I was never a filthy animal.
Okay, here's an interesting question. Do you think some homeless people, it's like, bro, that's on you?
Um,
Because I think if I went homeless tomorrow
maybe in Sweden.
in Sweden, yeah,
Or s-
yeah,
or
where
in
they
a-
got
yeah.
everything.
But there's like people that are like always gonna be homeless, like 1%, and then like everything else is like cultural and depends on your country. We can add or subtract from that.
If you or I went homeless tomorrow, I feel like we have so many friends that would put us on couches and help us get back on our feet.
For how long until they get tired of you?
I feel like
How
I
long do
feel
you
like
think you could
I could
be
do
a
that for like
mooch?
20 years.
Cycle through your friends.
Yeah.
But then if you start getting, it's like exponential. You have a steady place, and then once it starts going, it's just a steep curve. No one wants you anymore.
But look at you. You start off living out of a van,
Uh-huh.
and now you just drive the
I'm
van.
inside.
Yeah, now you're inside. Now you have
Now it's
multiple
a-
inside places. That's crazy.
Yeah, this could be a homeless shelter.
Do you ever feel like a certain way?
Like
seeing
that anyone
homeless
can do
people?
it.
Yeah, do you have the anyone can do
I
it
don't think this
mentality?
is a sustainable solution for homelessness. We can't just have everyone be a Kill Tony regular.
Well, yeah, but you get them a self-help book.
I think like if you look at the percentages, you could be like, oh, this is a system that works or it doesn't. Like if there's 20% of the people that are suffering, then it's just the system's fault at some point. You can't just keep blaming individuals for things that regularly and systemically happen.
Hmm.
And that's cruel. And it also makes you crazy if you're like, oh, these homeless people are just animals. It just fucks up your brain a little bit. And then you treat other people like animals and it just grows in your head. But no, I think that to think of people like that is bad for you. And I think you don't have to do that. I think
I'm not doing any of this, by the way.
I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
You're phrasing it like you gotta stop,
You gotta
Dylan.
stop, Dylan.
Dylan,
You're-
you gotta quit
You're
with
touching
this.
these homeless people and feeling
That
bad
was
about
the
it.
one encounter with this homeless guy where it's like, I wish his hand wouldn't have touched my hand because I wanted to wanted to eat McDonald's in my car.
Next time, be like, let me see it. Open palm.
Well, I literally,
And then you drop
I
it.
was like putting the hand up a little bit to signify like, let's just do the exchange like this. you know, handful.
Then he's like grabs you both
and
in
then he
him.
went.
Even the back of your head. You can still use this part.
No, I don't have to think about it.
You just don't get any fries on the back of your hand. How often are you eating with the back of your hand?
It's the time.
The
Burgers like this.
fucking twist it in your
Now am I
mouth.
gonna hold hands in my fries and a burger with the backs of my
And
palms?
it's too close. It's too close to your actual touching part.
Close. That's the thing. Is like, where's the line? Where's the imaginary line? Because then you think about it, it's like, how far
If you
into the
tuck in
hand was
your fucking wrist, that's a little close.
it's a
But if
little
it's like your
close.
forearm, then it's fine.
Well,
If
then
it's over here.
you go, oh, I got a scratch, and now it's on this hand.
Yeah, well then you could
And then it's
then you rule out every part of your body because you're gonna scratch any part.
right.
I was walking behind the alley in the comedy mothership, and one of the guys was throwing trash out,
Yeah.
and he's a comedian, and so he's like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And he's like trying to shake my hand. And I was like, "Fist bump, fist bump, fist bump."
Yeah.
And now every time I see him, he like goes out of his way to shake my hand. It's like, dude, you were throwing trash. I don't think of you as less than. I'm just the current activity you were doing
right.
was very dirty.
Exactly. Exactly. If that guy had been like, "Hey, hold on a sec," and then
Yeah.
then I'd be like, "Ah, what's up?"
But he's like, I'm okay with this. Why aren't you? Like, why don't you have the same hygiene level that I do? It's like you're not.
Hand stuff, I can't get over hand stuff sometimes. If someone like literally, if I can see the dirt on your hands, that's what it is for me. Is if I can see it, then I'm like, no thanks.
I got a little dirt.
Dude, I was with a comedian last night, and he stepped off the sidewalk onto the street, stepped onto a puddle, a 6th Street puddle, and the puddle water got on my arm.
How hard did he stomp in the puddle?
It was like it was on
Name
purpose.
names.
It was Dan Nolan.
Dan Nolan. Dan Nolan's a big guy.
Yeah, Dan Nolan's like 6'3" and like at least
He's such a
250.
nice guy. He definitely didn't do it on purpose.
Wait, I know he did. He didn't do it on purpose.
He is a bit of a bull in a china shop sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what it was. Well, it was a total accident. You know, and he stepped in the puddle, but the water
How?
went up so
You're
high.
amazed like a Japanese person. The water. Oh.
Dan Nolan. Dan Nolan waterbender.
Banzai.
Yeah.
You know how to kill him right there?
I was so close
Slaying him.
to decapitating him. He got
Yeah.
lucky.
I need a katana.
You do need a
We need a
katana.
katana in here.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be great, Hans, and then you have like a really cool katana?
Yeah.
Even
It
though
makes sense.
katanas aren't
ethnically.
Korean, but I think people
were
could make
using
the
them.
mental leap.
Chinese people had swords. What's the Chinese sword called?
I think a sword.
Soda.
Soda.
Hey, I'm Chinese.
Now,
I forgot how to do a Chinese accent.
let me ask you this. Do you feel ever a competitiveness with other Asian comics, or do you feel
There's not
like
enough of them.
there's not?
No. It's always like, oh, cool, a unicorn.
Yeah,
It's never gotten into the competitive zone with me.
that's great.
There's just like 5 of us.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's less.
But do you feel that with the gays?
If they're gay and also fat, I get a little bit. What's up? If Dylan Carlino starts putting back on weight, I'm like, yo,
He has your name.
Yeah.
He has your sexual orientation. Hey,
Yeah.
this is mine.
yeah,
This is my body weight.
yeah, exactly. I'm gonna be like, Dylan, you better. If he starts gaining weight, then I'm gonna have to lose weight at the same
I'm gonna
pace.
slap the fork out of his hand.
Maybe we should do like a swap, him and I.
You guys pass each other in the dark.
10 years like a moon.
You guys are circling.
Yeah,
2 gays.
2 gays in the night.
Yes, and a
I feel like
torrential.
I gay comics don't like me for some reason. I feel like gay audiences don't like me. They want me to be more gay.
Yeah.
And I
They
wish.
want a cartoon character.
I know, and then ironically, they're the ones that say that it's like, internalized homophobia and, homophobic, blah 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 blah. But it's like, no, you're treating me different because I don't,
You
like
have to be
watch
a
RuPaul,
stereotype of a
right?
gay.
Yeah, and I'm not on your leash. So what is that?
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Would you like to be? Is that a thing? A
in certain
leash?
circumstances, but not on stage.
Well, I think that the gays are a very traumatized community and they're just wary of, you know, fake, you know, boot thugged. Maybe you're just like a CIA plant, just pretending to be gay.
I wish.
You're doing this for free?
Yeah.
You don't even love your country?
Yeah, that would well, that's
Dick for your country.
yeah, this is for America. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I think partially that's probably in my head too. And I'm
Uh,
sure that's not how everyone feels, but I do feel kind of ostracized from the gay community at times.
I think once they start to relax and they like, are more accepted into the mainstream, they'll be more open to like different types of expression of gayness.
Yeah.
But like, you know, we're the Asians. It's not like that too much.
What's it like being Asian, Hans? Like literally,
It's
like
not like
genuinely,
being
what's it like
gay
being
because it's not a
Asian?
sin.
Right.
Uh, it's just a normal thing that I was born into. You'd not understand it because you chose your lifestyle.
Yeah, I did.
But I mean, it's just like the Asians don't really fuck with me right now.
Why?
I think that I'm too Americanized. I'm not Asian enough. I don't think like an Asian. So I feel the way that you feel about the gays, but with the Asians, like they're like, you're just sort of like offensive and like mean and like I'm not like by the book.
Yeah.
I'm not like following the grand architect.
Well, you know what's so funny about all these people that are like criticizing it is like it's always like uh it never feels like the people that we hang out with at the club are pretty diverse.
Yeah,
And then it seems like the criticism comes ironically from
from
not
white
diverse
people.
places of not being diverse enough. I don't understand it.
The mothership isn't who's critical. What are they saying?
I don't know these imaginary people I make of the man.
They're saying,
But
oh, like, yeah, I mean, the mothership is very diverse.
yeah.
There's too many black people there now,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they've
yeah.
infiltrated.
Yeah. That's why the gays and the Asians have to unite once again.
We'll keep the blacks out, the two most effeminate groups of people
Yeah.
against the most strongest, fastest people.
My God.
But no, I think the mothership is very diverse. I think that we hang out with a lot of different types of people.
Yeah.
Like we are always
All over
out,
the board.
hang out with trans people a lot. I used to a lot more. The
Yeah.
mothership is a little less, fewer trans people and gay. I mean, there's plenty of gay people.
Me and
Um,
Dylan.
yeah. I mean, there's not a lot of trans comedians in Austin. There's that one really funny woman. But yeah, there's just not a lot of trans people in general. So I'm not saying that Mothership doesn't have trans people, but I feel like being in the arts, you're more bohemian in your lifestyle. We hang out with people. These people are just theorizing what they'd be like, and they spend all day in an office with like one Indian person, and they think they're diverse.
Right.
They have no idea what it's like to talk to an actual black person.
Right. And if they did,
They would know
That's so funny.
how much they suck.
No, it's so funny because I don't know. So like, you feel like you get criticized by other Asian people,
They don't criticize, they're just like weirdly silent.
but isn't that kind of Asian?
Yeah, exactly. They're giving me the cold shoulder.
But that's what I'm saying is it might just be Asian people being quiet because that's kind of what Asian people do.
But some people they open up for. Some people are more in line. I think with comedy, you're saying so much shit. With acting, they're like, "Oh yeah, you were running around on stage or on the screen doing your thing." Like it's easier to enjoy it. But with comedy, you have to be like, "What did you say now?" I
And
have to
what did
agree
you
with it.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's complicated. It's like, why would you have to agree on everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you understand where they're coming from.
Right. Right.
Because there's some comics that I can't listen to because I'm just like, you're just crazy. Like, even though they're hilarious, I'm like, I don't agree with this at all. Like, if it's coming from a bad place, I think the audience can tell.
Yes. I believe that too. And
Yeah.
you can also tell by the laughter.
Yeah.
Like when something's genuinely funny and silly, people laugh differently.
Yeah.
And when it's like hateful,
It's forced.
yeah, it's like ha ha ha.
They're giving you the necessary noise for you to continue, but they're not actually feeling it.
Right. Correct.
Yeah, and they're thinking about it too much. If you're really enjoying it, you're just like letting go and letting loose instead of having to be stressed out. Be like, okay, where do I laugh now? Okay, laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a good comedy show.
Hans, do you think I'd be a good Korean?
Mm, no.
Why?
You have like 90% of it, but there's like a part of you that needs to fucking shout and yell, and that's just not gonna fly. You're gonna fuck up once and it's gonna fuck everything up.
What? I feel like
You're a
I'm
flamboyant gay and you just need to admit it.
I'm not at all.
You are though. You are on stage every night of the week.
That's true. That's true.
Most gays are never doing that.
Yeah, yeah. Most people aren't.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a weird thing to do.
Yeah, it is weird to like go on stage and then put your entire self-worth on an audience that's
An
ever
emotional
changing. Yeah.
health.
Do you put a lot of self-worth on it? Like performance to
Um,
performance?
I try not to, you
Right.
know. I probably should a little bit more sometimes. I'm like, whatever, that was just a set. I did a set. But yeah,
I put
I mean
so much on it, dude.
that's what we get
Too
paid
much.
for is to deal with that emotional stress. Being funny is like I mean being a comedian is like a long-term thing. So you get paid for dealing with the hate, you get paid for writing jokes, like it's all a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Being in the public eye and letting the public do and say and treat you however they want. So, I mean, that's part of the job. So I'm like, I need to be able to take it. It's like not easy, but you know, being able to take the criticism and all that is like a part of it. But yeah, I just think it's an emotionally difficult thing to do. But you know, once you figure it out, it's like it's a skill,
It'd
you
be
know.
so funny. I'm so sorry to interrupt, but it'd be so funny if you pulled off like if you were wearing a
A
mask right
Mission
now and you were
Impossible.
actually Chapel Roan. What
Um,
if you've never seen Chapel Roan and Hans Kim in the same in the same place?
right.
Do you listen to Chapel Roan
I
about
love
how she
Chappell
talks
Roan.
about I love Chapel Roan too.
Wait,
And
she talks about what?
she talks about like fame and you know, she's kind of more I don't know, combative or like open with the feelings of fame and
She treats it like a wariness. She's like, what are you doing over there? Okay, I'll take it if it's good.
yeah, well, she's like combative about it in a good
Yeah.
way. She's like
I saw her
sets
get mad at a
boundaries.
photographer that was mean to her like 6 years ago.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds so petty. I love it.
I mean, yeah, that's the new thing now. It's like back in the Elvis days, he just fucking mainlined fame and it
Hmm.
destroyed him. And now people are more wary and they're like, what does this really entail? What are the, you know, the hidden consequences of this this awesome thing.
Right.
So people are more aware of it. So I think that's healthy. I think we should be more aware, and we should treat people better. But I think we're a sick society, and we don't treat beautiful women well. We don't treat famous people well.
Isn't that part of the gig?
Exactly.
Playing devil's advocate.
I mean, that's why I started. I kind of wanted this. It's just at some point in my life. I don't really remember why I started comedy, but I think this was a part of the plan, and
Hmm.
now I'm stuck. So it's not a bad place to be stuck. I could be stuck doing a stupid job. So
What's the does a lot of people ask about the shift that you've had in your life from not being famous to famous. Do people ask you that a lot?
mm, sometimes not too not just like a good amount.
What's it like? What was it like um not being where you are now and being where you are now, positive and negative?
It's like right now it's like like a sigh of relief, and then it's like just looking out, like kind of anxiously, like what's on the horizon, what's coming up, and it's like I'm here, but it's like what next? It's like there's still like an unsettled feeling. I'm like a C-list, D-list celebrity. It's not like I made it and I can just coast forever. I still have to work a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I also want to deserve it. A lot of people are struggling to survive and they work like 3 jobs. I fucking do a podcast, hopefully, and then go do a 10-minute set, and that's my job. So like out of solidarity, I want to work hard and deserve the spot that I have. But I don't think it's that great. I mean, it's always like sort of like because with comedy, you get little doses of fame. You do a good set, people come up to you afterwards, are like, "Great set, you were so funny, I love you," and so you get a little immunity to it. And I think it was a good ramp up
Mm-hmm.
to what I had now. Because with comedy, you're just fame and notoriety and like being popular and having people know you is like a part of it. So I feel like we get a little bit of it. We're on stage every day. We get a little bit of that shit. But with like actors or like a TV show, TV and movie actors, you go from nothing to like everything in a moment. So I think it's a little different.
Yeah, it does seem like comedy is more of a slow build,
Yeah.
and it feels like because I'm not on a level of any fame yet, but
Right, but
maybe
you're a very
locally.
accomplished and talented comedian, and like the level of fame and talent is you can't rely on
Yeah,
fame to tell you how talented you are.
it's almost irrelevant.
It's almost statistical noise.
Yeah, well, but my point being is like over the years, it's like if I ever do or don't, doesn't matter, but it's like I feel it's slowly ramping up from like just basically, you go out in Austin and I'll get recognized at places, and I
Yeah,
haven't been
this
used to
place is
that.
like a convention 24/7. It's a comedy convention.
Yeah, yeah, and then it's just like people in town know you. Or I was at this club last night, and some guy came up to me and was like, "Hey, I know you," and that's always a weird way. That's always a weird
I
way.
know who you are,
I know it sends
and I
me
think
into
you should
paranoia.
apologize.
Exactly, it sets me into paranoia immediately. And I'm
At a
looking
like
at him.
nightclub, you were just dancing the night
I was
away.
at a nightclub. I was just sitting with
The fuck with Dan Nolan?
Dan and Jack Flug.
Whoa, party
I
time.
know. Well, that's the thing is it so was. I mean, we're
Was it
having
a
a
gay
great time.
club or?
Yeah, it was a
Okay.
gay club, and but I still forget that like I'm still a dork. So I'm at the skate club, and all the people are inside, and they're all dancing and having fun, and me and Dan and Jack are smoking cigarettes and vapes on a bench on the outside portion. But yeah, this guy comes up to me. He's like, I know you, and
And I love you.
yeah, yeah. I was like, all
And I
right.
need you to do something for me.
Yeah, and I need something for you. Yeah, but that part's always strange because I don't know how you deal with that conversation, because I think a lot of people don't understand is like people come up to you and go, "Oh my God, I know you," and then it's like, okay, well, how do
I
I?
don't know you.
Or like if someone just comes up to you with like compliments,
You
it's
don't want to
like,
be like, oh, thank you
yeah,
so much. Oh,
wow,
someone finally recognizes my genius.
exactly what you, And so that part always accepting compliments has always been
It's
hard for
hard to
me.
do.
Yeah,
I just
how do
try
you do
to
it?
be like, hey, this guy could have been spitting on me and calling me like a faggot or something.
Yeah,
So like, okay, that was the downside. So this is the upside. So just be thankful that it's not like some guy just shitting all over you. So I try to be like, hey, thank you for not spitting on me.
you're very nice to your fam. When I featured for you at the Wilbur in Boston, which was such a blast, by the way, because that theater is amazing,
Yeah.
and it was just like such a cool night. And then after the night ends, you met up with some we
The
met up with some
couple.
of your fans, a couple,
Yeah.
and you hung out with them all night, and we
Yeah.
got dinner and hung
Hung
out.
out at a bar.
Yeah,
At
and
a hotel bar.
hung out at a hotel bar. And then I went to bed early because there was a crazy lady that
There
came
was a
over.
fucking, what was she, a hooker or like this
I don't-
sad old woman?
I think she's just a sad old lady.
Yeah.
But she came in and I was like, I'm going to bed. I was like, this is my.
She was like, "Where are you going?" You're like, "To bed. Good night. You caused this."
Yeah. So you're involved, or like you'll do the hang with people you don't know necessarily.
Yeah, I treat it like just a comedy open mic, and like, oh, you're hanging out with people. You're not gonna be like, no, we're actually a very exclusive posse, and we're eating at a diner. You're not allowed.
Well, I wouldn't say it like that, but I would definitely, and it doesn't come from me being like, oh, I want to be exclusive. It comes from social anxiety.
Yeah, you don't want to fuck up, and you don't want to say the wrong thing.
Right.
But when you're with your friends, it's harder to fuck up.
Yeah, because you can't fuck up because you're homies, and you already
Yeah.
know that we all
You're
fuck up.
stuck with me.
Right. Exactly. Right.
Yeah, it is tough because it's like, what do they want? Like, I don't really know what they want when they come up to me. Like, do they want me to be funny? Because sometimes if you're funny, they're like, "Oh, you're being fake. You're not real." And then if you're too real, they're like, "Oh, where's the juice?"
Guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't come up to you because you're a cordial person. You're a comedian. Come on.
I went to a dinner. I went to omakase where they do like the all the sushi and it's like 16 courses or whatever. And I went with Christina from Sunset. And
Oh, nice.
by the end of it, it came up that I was a comedian, and this couple next to us were like, "Oh, oh, I would have never thought you were a comedian," because I wasn't trying to be
What?
jokey, but
They want you to wear like a colorful suit and have like a wig on.
yeah.
Or
I'm
they are picturing like Jay Leno or something.
yeah, or like having to be on all the time,
Yeah.
which
I
is
feel like they should have been enough comedy in their life to be like, okay, comedians look like Louis C.K. Like, it's not like a Spanish soap opera. We're not gonna come in with like freckles on our face.
and the little flower that shoots water. Actually, I would love that.
That's funny.
That is funny. Would you ever do pranks? Are you a prank
I
guy?
love prank shows.
Man, I love
Like
a
Tom
good prank.
Green in Japan.
That seemed like a mean prank.
He knew what he was
Yeah,
doing.
he's very funny.
He was socially aware. He went to like a thing at a Japanese bathhouse, and this woman was like, "Sir, you have to do this or that," and he just starts taking off all his clothes, and the woman is like, "No, that's not what I meant," and he's just talking over her and be like, "If this is what you want," I just find that kind of stuff funny and like just for laughs, gags.
Yeah, yeah. They do it all day. It's like they had a billion of them.
They're geniuses.
Yeah,
Or Trigger Happy TV.
I never seen that. What's that?
It's a British prank show. It's the best.
Wow.
They have a guy going to a job interview, and in the conference room, everyone's dressed up as a mascot, and he walks in, and they all stare at him.
That's so fun.
It's one of the best prank shows,
Yeah,
but they stopped doing it. They did like 3 seasons, like every British show, and then they just axed it. Like, enough fun. It's time for Downton Abbey.
yeah, it's time to reflect on our sins.
Yeah.
I always am way too hard on British people.
What?
I find them in the crowds, and I and then
You talk like this.
yeah,
right?
and then I do it for 2 minutes, and everyone's laughing, and then I'm like, let's make it 4 minutes, and then everyone starts to all right, and then by the end, it's just like it's like. Why, why is this guy
Trying to learn accents from.
with people from London? You know,
They're almost like us, but they're slightly different.
they're slightly different. They
And
are.
that's what pisses us off.
And well, what pisses me off is I feel like they think they're superior to us
They
because they
do.
might be.
They are. They're further ahead.
Yeah,
They
but
come to America and they make fun of our hogs and our dummies.
yeah, well,
It's
that's
mean.
that's the thing that I think is not evolved them because they go, oh, look at these fatty McDoo-doos.
But you have to do that, or else they get too much power.
Right.
ridicule and a sardonic wit of the British is what keeps the fucking Trump supporters feeling stupid and
Right.
insignificant.
They don't realize that they're part of the problem.
Who?
The British.
The British?
Yeah.
What do they have to do with anything?
They have to do everything with everything.
Are they like the Jews? They're secretly in power.
Yeah, it is the British.
We're speaking English.
I feel like that whole Boston Tea Massacre was just like a planned
Party.
story. Yeah. Oh, what was that
Boston
one
Massacre.
Boston where the tea fell off the ship?
That's the Boston Tea Party. And then the Boston Massacre was where they shot protesters,
So
which
completely different
apparently
things.
is okay to do if they're black.
In Boston?
Oh, yeah, anywhere. I mean, like BLM protesters are like, shoot him. Who cares? That's what Trump said. Trump said he told the general to shoot the BLM protesters.
I mean, was he being funny about it?
What the fuck?
I'm
You
kidding.
can joke about that, Dylan. That's there's an
Clip it.
election season.
Clip it.
Dylan says
No,
Trump is just joking.
I literally know absolutely nothing about politics, and I know that's not supposed
That's
to
good.
what you're supposed to do,
You
but
shouldn't
I don't
change
know.
your universal soul for this temporary momentary.
I've never cared at all, except one time I voted for wolves. That was the thing. It's
just
there's a wolf amendum, but you know,
amendum,
I think that's what they call it.
amendment, or addendum.
Amendment.
The
Yeah,
wolves had an amendment.
yeah. Well,
What
it's
what
just
power do the wolves have? They wanted. Were you voting to kill them or to keep them alive? In
I
Colorado,
wanted the more of them.
more wolves.
Yeah.
You love wolves.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is I didn't know the science behind it. I just thought, oh, like that's kind of funny. It's like, would you rather see 3 wolves or 10 wolves? And I'd rather see 10
It's
wolves.
not a safari. It's not
But
like you're
like,
going to the zoo and picking out a menu.
but it was so the wolf debates were so heated.
What were the anti-wolf people saying?
The anti-wolf people were
Like
some
ranchers?
of the farmers, yeah, and they were going, well, these wolves are killing, but then the government offered a stipend or a subsidy where if any of the cows were killed by a wolf and you could prove it was a wolf killing and not you just being greedy and putting teeth on your hands, beating the cow to death.
Is that possible?
Yeah, yeah. Then the government gave a subsidy for your lost cow.
Yeah, and they were still like, we don't like the principle of monsters in our forests.
And it was hotly debated, but by like very few people and very so I as a voter, I feel like no one ever it's all like emotional. It's mainly like emotionally based.
Uh-huh.
And emotionally I wanted more wolves. So I'm sure I might not be right, but my heart
Well, what happened? Did it pass?
yeah, it passed. There's
So now there's more wolves.
And this was years ago.
Yeah, now there's thousands of wolves because of you.
Now the city has been overrun, and now
we
don't I
have
look the
wolf
fool?
overlords.
Yeah, exactly. But I just thought, like it's
No,
the
you
wood.
thought you were correct. It's the wood.
Yeah,
That's where they live.
that's where they live, dude. I used to. So,
What were the fucking, or like the people that are in charge of forest management saying? Like the hunting and wildlife people.
I think they were like pretty pro about it because
Yeah,
like that
so
was
it's just the ranchers that are against it.
yeah, where it's like, yo, they'll if they're giving you money for the cow,
Yeah.
deal with it, bro.
But what if their kids get killed by a wolf?
Well, then don't live on a farm.
So why don't you give your kids a gun
Yeah,
when
exactly.
they go out? But what if they just get lost one day and they're in the woods and they get chomped by a wolf? Then you can kill, like if they kill one human, then we can go after them. But until they do that, like wolves are smart. They know what not to attack.
Yeah.
They know the consequences, and there's like a pact.
They know if we eat that little girl, there's going to be a whole ballot measure.
They're afraid of the amendment.
Yeah, the amendments.
They're afraid of the fucking legislative power that we have.
I know, dude. I love wolves, and so like my family has a cabin, and there's mountain lions,
Yeah.
occasionally, and they're really serious about mountain lions. And you gotta like, if a mountain lion gets too close and spotted, you gotta kill one. You gotta kill it.
There's no other recourse. You
You
can't just
gotta
try to
kill
work
it.
it out with them.
No, because mountain lions are like really smart predators. They'll like wait. They'll like stalk prey for days. And then we have like like a ring camera, and this family of mountain lions came to our door, and I just thought that's so cool. So like whenever, because in the pandemic, I took acid the day that they shut everything down. And I thought that the whole world, I thought they were going to close the borders by state. And I was like freaking out day of. So day of, I took acid and I went to this cabin. I just drove for like 18 hours. And then
Did you have a cabin?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, it rules. And so I went there, and there was like no one was really driving in those first couple weeks.
Yeah.
So all the animals were coming out. I saw a bear, an eagle, um what else did I see? All sorts of deer were coming up.
Damn. They sensed it. They were like, holy
Yeah.
shit, no humans are out here.
No humans are out, and they just started chilling. And I thought that was so cool because like I've lived in big cities most of the time.
Yeah.
So I just thought like, man, oh, and that's the main thing is I saw a wolf across, and because I would stay up until the sun came out, and then that's when I would go to bed because it was so scary there at night.
So you would stay up and then go to sleep in the daytime?
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, so I'd sleep in the
Did you
day.
have good curtains or an eye shade?
N- Uh no, but I sometimes I put like a tight shirt around my head, and then go to sleep. But yeah, I woke up, or I guess rather I was about to go to bed, and I was smoking a cigarette outside, and I looked up, and there was a wolf, like across this like river bend thing, and it was on the rocks, and and I went,
That's what it did?
yeah, it just looked at me, yeah, it just looked at me, and then I looked at it, and then it went away, and then I was like, wow, that's so cool, and then the wolf thing came out, and I was thinking about that wolf, and I was like, man, more of that,
Yeah,
because when do
they're
you see a
human
wolf?
beings.
When do you see a wolf?
Never.
Right.
But if there's more of them, they can like talk to each other. They can, advance their wolfness.
Yeah.
They can have advanced wolves.
Things to think about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's the most important political issue of our time, but I think it's a great metaphor for, nature and like, are we going to be organic in one, or are we going to try to just shove our fucking industrial cock into the planet?
Well, and I know nothing about this. My point is, for all of this, I just wanted more wolves. I didn't look into it
And you're
enough.
like, fuck these farmers. I want wolves.
Well, to me, it wasn't fuck the farmers. It was like, bro, if something bad happens, the government will give you a check.
There's no downside.
Not
I'll
really.
I'll pay for your fucking child.
That's what are the wolves supposed to not eat? You know?
Yeah, what do you want them to starve to death?
Yeah. And then there was an
Give them a
overpopulation
fucking
of deer and
cow.
elk, I believe. So it was also to address the deer elk overpopulation.
You need them. They're part of a healthy ecosystem.
I thought.
Well,
So
you didn't keep up with it?
I'm not that political, and the FDA hadn't come in yet, and like no one, the studies were in the, being studied, and they haven't been released yet. Where everyone was like, "Yes, there's no more
Life
problems."
hack.
Yeah, life hack.
You guys are still fucking not vaping?
Yeah, this is healthy.
It's actually better for you to vape.
Yeah,
To not do
sticking
anything.
on a battery ain't bad.
You don't want to rely on another device to
Dude, I would
keep you
go
alive.
crazy on vapes. I would go to the store. I'd get like specialty vapes, and then
You
I'd
get
like
those
mix the
ones-
juice together.
Oh, where you had to mix it yourself, and then
Yeah.
you got like the giant
Yeah.
battery.
But it was like filling a musket. Like half an hour, because then it's like, oh yeah, but you gotta wet the cotton before,
Yeah.
and then you gotta charge the battery separately, and then you're just dealing with this like honey.
Nowadays, it's just a fucking $30 purchase.
Boom.
Take it out of the fucking thing.
One and done.
Puff it.
Yeah,
Charge it. Sometimes I forget to charge it, and that's a pain in the ass.
yeah, that is the main problem.
Yeah.
is the
Wait,
charge.
you were doing the old school vapes?
Yeah, I was doing old school vapes where you just like, I'd go to the vape store and some guy, just some untrustworthy guy would be like, there's peach and then there's mint. But what if you made a peach mint? That's the power you have if you buy this
Who
vape.
doesn't want a peach that tastes like a toothpaste?
Yeah, who doesn't want a mint and acidic thing?
Yeah,
So yeah, I was into vaping a while. Then I got onto these on pouches. I
they're
got
better than
COVID really
Zyn.
bad,
Oh,
and
you couldn't smell?
well, I just didn't feel great to smoke. I was smoking cigarettes,
Uh-huh.
so it didn't feel great to smoke. And so I got on these, and then I just stayed on them.
So COVID helped you break your
Yeah,
smoking.
yeah, it was the only reason I quit. Was because it physically did not feel good to smoke, but I still wanted nicotine, so I switched over, and then I was like, oh, I'll
You
just
never
stay
went
on
back?
this. Yeah, and I had been smoking since I was in high school, like 15, 16 years old.
Wow, that's too early.
Yeah, yeah, it was. I started really with Black and Milds. Do you remember Black and
Yeah.
Milds?
I still hear about them from time to time.
Yeah. There used to be a smoker's corner at my school because it was technically off the property. And then, your parents would drop you off or whatever, and they'd be like, that's where the bad kids hang out. Don't hang out with those kids.
Yeah, so you did Black and Miles because that's not really like a cigarette.
No, it's like a cigarello, I think they call it, or a mini
So
cigar.
you like wanted to look like you were smoking.
Well, it was like my friend Wade's older brother was
Yeah.
like, smoke this. And I was like, I was a crazy kid. I was just nuts.
That's
And
crazy to imagine.
yeah.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay.
I have to go throw that. We're at an hour and 10. Okay. Do you wanna talk to Taylor?
Are we still running?
I mean, it's still going technically. He's never left before, so I'm not sure.
Taylor, how do you think this was going? Like,
Going
honestly.
pretty good. I mean, you're funny all the time. And you're very animated. Nobody can see me, so
It feels like this is what you would tell a person where it's tanking.
yeah.
You go, "Oh, that's pretty
No,
good.
dude, I'd
you're
tell-
great.
I'd tell
And
you
everybody
good
loves you,
I'd
kid.
tell you.
Get out there and dance."
Do another Denny. Get back on the vapes. I want to do some tricks.
The viewers can't see Taylor's eyes right now, but they look mischievous,
Hey, that's just the way I
as if
look.
he knows. Should I stop asking Hans these questions? Am I being too accusatory?
No, I think you're being perfect. You're getting them to talk. You're making them think. You guys are chuckling.
Yeah, well, it's just I feel like I bring the wolf thing up and everyone freezes.
I think the wolf thing is really breaking it open.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
really want to
wolves.
know a man.
I thought you were talking about voting for somebody named Wolf at first. I was like, oh,
No.
he means wolves.
But if someone's name was Wolf, I would vote for them.
Yeah, that would probably help.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just have like a big following.
Yeah.
For the merch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the merch would be insane.
Wolf. Yeah, dude. This so this is being included in the podcast. People are
So yeah,
still
I mean,
watching
he never
this?
just left before. So
Do you think he got like
I think the thing got him all.
yeah. I warn people about these patches. I go, this is the strong stuff, and everyone wants to be masculine and go,
They're like, "Oh, I'm fine.
no, dude, I'm on
The
it.
first one somebody ever gave me was like a 9, and they were like, "It's cinnamon, you'll like it," and they didn't tell me
Yeah.
how big it was. I was like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
yeah."
It'll get you. I've had a life to get me. I've had a life to get me to 8.
Yeah, dude, you've been prepping since you were 16.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
you want to hang out?
Yeah, man. These are for cowboys only. And
Don't they have Zins that have the same milligrams?
I think they go up to 6.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. These are even more than that.
Yeah, 2 more milligrams. And they're really small.
Oh, you are
so they're-
Japanese.
I am Japanese. Big things in small packages.
Slamming my thumb into things.
Hans, what's your plan for today? What are you doing?
How did I do that? I am my girlfriend's at Renfest
What's Red Fest?
without me. Renaissance. We have the in Texas they have the
Oh,
largest
yeah.
whatever. So she's partying, drinking mead and doing all that. So I'm probably gonna hang out with some people. Now that she's gone, I can just be my comedian self.
Yeah.
I can let loose a little, stay up at night. Not sexually, just
just like get Ben and Jerry's and watch TV and be by yourself.
no, I do that with her. I don't want to do anything I can do with her.
Yeah, okay,
So I'm gonna do things that she does not want to do. Like, I don't know, stay out till 2 a.m.
nice. You're gonna hit the
at
town
comedy
tonight.
clubs.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's not even going out for us.
Have
That-
you ever dated someone that you know, like try to bring into the life,
Yeah.
and how'd it go?
Mm, that wasn't our relationship problem.
Oh, okay.
They,
But what was the what was the issue? What was the comedy situation? Did they like going out and hanging out with you?
yeah, but I was always more trying to shield them from it.
So you were trying to keep them out, and they were trying to
Mm.
come in to the comedy world.
Well, yeah.
What the fuck, man? Do we need to put it back in? Is this like a dog and hair
No,
hair of the dog situation?
You need the antibody on. This is the reverse one. It's negative 8 milligrams.
It sucks it out of you.
Yeah, it'll get you back to 0.
Does it do the same things as vapes do?
Yeah,
'Cause I
it's
feel like,
nicotine.
okay.
Yeah, just in
'Cause
different
I've-
forms.
Faster.
Is it fast? I mean, it
Mm.
takes a little bit long because when you hit it, it's like instant,
Yeah.
which I like.
Hmm.
It's going like in like your bloodstream. For your
Yeah.
mouth. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Getting it through my soft little mouth gums.
Yeah. You never do the Zins?
I try not to because of this. It fucks me up too much.
Well, yeah, you also, I should have given you like a 2.
There, you have a 2 on you.
Yeah.
How do you just cut it in half? Cut it in a quarter?
Yeah, you cut it in a quarter. No, I don't know if it's more of the powder or less concentrated. I
Uh-huh.
think it's what it is. But yeah, I should have started you on the 2. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I asked for it.
You came in for a light buzz and, and you got strung out on heroin.
I'm an addict. It's just one and done.
Yeah, but I'd say, I say we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
We're
What are your
drinking.
plans?
Dude, I guess I'm going off the rails today.
Day off.
I
We
got
can
a
do
day off.
anything we want tonight. Taylor, what are your plans?
I have to shoot a show at 9, but that's my only thing. So
So we have
No
till
plans.
9. The boys. Let's go to a gay club.
During the day.
you just try to hook up Dylan.
Let's help them clean up.
Yeah, it'd be about time you guys should start wingmanning me.
You were complaining about that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got a girlfriend now, but I would.
You do?
I don't have a girlfriend.
No, it's not
Oh
gonna
my
be.
God. Oh yeah, I've had a girlfriend for like 2 years now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like you got a girlfriend, but you don't have a girlfriend. I would wingman you, but I just don't feel like you would wingman me.
Yeah, Taylor would
You're
be a
the-
bad wingman.
He would. He would like find a gay guy and he'd be like, "Where's your sister? Where's your sister? Does she look like you but have a vagina?"
Sound like a mobster.
Yeah.
Then you can rescue the gay from the predatory straight.
She looks weak. Let me have her. Yeah, you'd be a terrible wingman, dude. Yeah, we could go get lunch if you're interested.
I don't like going out in public.
You don't like public anymore?
No, unless we're meeting other people.
Yeah.
But I don't want to. I think it's weird to go out in public and just be like around other people that
It's like an old lady I was playing board games with, and then I'll just go and then kind of play games with them and then never see them again. And I think that's kind of fun.
and you like that.
No, it was
It was a waste of
alright.
time.
It was all right. There's this one guy at the board game table that I wasn't a super fan of.
Wow. He
Yeah.
pissed you off?
Yeah. He was playing the game mean.
Why would you go to a meetup and then just be antisocial?
Well, I think the meetup attracted a lot of antisocial people because it was board games.
Yeah, so they're like, let me school some noobs.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, I don't know this
Board game.
game. Well, actually, it was a really fun game. We were playing. You ever play Secret Hitler?
No.
It's basically like Wolf or Mafia, but it's like there's a
And you
group
try
of
to
you.
you put your head down or just close your
Yeah,
eyes.
exactly. And then one person is Hitler, and then you got like two or three fascists, and then like six.
They call them fascists.
Yeah, fascist liberals and Hitler.
What are
And
liberals? They're the good guys.
yeah, the liberals are
Ugh, why are the liberals the good guys?
yeah, well, it's two sides of the board. So
Well, Hitler was famously anti-communist, so it should be communist, fascist,
ooh,
and
yeah,
Hitler.
let's get into this. No, I don't know. I see. That's also the thing. Do you know a lot about history?
Yeah, I love history. You don't like history?
I do. I find history fascinating, but
Yeah.
I also like fiction. I've been on fiction.
That's like
Lately.
history that you can make awesome.
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
Like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, Game of Thrones. I read this one called The Fountainhead, which is a fictional
Ayn Rand?
Yeah, it was a
Oh,
fictional
God.
story on like a. That's what everyone tells me. But maybe I'm too impressionable because I just read these things and I go, "That was pretty."
Is that with
fun."
John Galt? John Galt?
No,
Okay, that's something else.
I don't think so. Yeah,
It's a good story.
it was a great story.
Oh.
It was a great story. And then I've been reading. I read 1984 recently for the first time, and
Oh
then
my God, you're falling into the alt-right pipeline.
and Animal Farm.
Oh my God, these are all like anti-communists.
No, I don't. That's the thing is I don't know the metaphor. So to me,
You gotta
it's-
read some communist stuff.
What communist propaganda should I read? That's the thing too, Hans. Is I don't know what people throw out in these
Fallout.
Fallout. What's
Yeah,
Fallout?
Fallout is a video game.
Oh yeah,
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 Fallout is good.
yeah. I played like one level of it.
Yeah, there really isn't a lot, but yeah, you enjoy reading now? Or you're reading?
I'm trying to read because I feel like I turned 30 this year, and I'm like, damn, I'm so dumb. So I gotta like I feel like I'm catching up. I'm reading like at a seventh grade level. I'm reading these books
The
people.
pigs are standing up now.
I know, and what does that mean?
Oh,
Yeah,
don't stand up.
that's the thing is because they have a foreword in the book, or an afterword or whatever, where it's like, yeah, this is actually a striking take on democratic socialism in the East from the years blah 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 blah. And I was thinking the whole time, like, that's not what I got out of it at all. I
You're
thought
ruining the story about pigs and
I literally skipped
feet.
past it because I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I just want to talking animals, you know. And then it's like they're all on a
Stuart
farm,
Little.
and they're trying to get the farm.
Yeah, it's like Chicken Run.
Yeah, yeah, like Chicken Run. That
Yeah.
movie also has the talking animals.
Yeah.
I love a book or a movie with a talking animal. Wow.
That's all it takes.
Color me interested. Yeah.
You're an animal.
Yeah, or
Lover.
you ever seen Wallace and Gromit?
Yeah.
Wallace and
The
Gromit.
people that
movie?
wrote Chicken Run.
Yeah. There's also animals in that one.
Yeah, the dog.
Yeah.
Gromit.
Yeah. So like I'm basically just trying to catch up. And then people throw around these words like communism or fascism or all these different things. And I'm like, I get the general gist of what people say, but I don't know what communism is at all.
Communism is a stateless, classless society where people are equal.
You already lost me.
There's
No.
like 3 words.
All right, but okay, from what my understanding, communism is the one where everybody shares stuff.
Okay.
And you're not allowed to be rich.
Okay.
And then capitalism. Okay. Yeah.
And then Tony was like, "This is on Skim," and the band played the song, and he was like, "This is on Skim. This is on Skim." So then that's how it happened.
What do you think my song would be?
Here comes the guy.
I don't want a single tuba in my song at all. And they're recorded
It's shaped like a tuba.
Details in.
If I see a tuba player, I'm shooting him.
uh, you don't want tubas? I would guess
No,
you
no,
know,
I don't
Inside
want.
Out, Snuffleupagus or whatever, the guy that
Oh,
gets trapped in the pit.
yeah, where he's like a bingo,
Bing bong,
bing
bing
bong.
bong.
Yeah, yeah, that
Yeah,
guy.
that'd be your song.
Okay, Hans Kim, psychoanalyze me.
You're just like a raw nerve. You're just out in the world, just feeling and taking in everything, and you're just getting fucked up. But you're like, oh, I'm so sad, and you just internalize everything.
What? Is that my vibe?
Yeah, you seem like kind of sad.
Wait, why do I see
You're too
that?
sensitive. You're too open to the world. You're too open to everyone's vibes.
Like the libs?
What? I thought you were a liberal in this game where this guy was being an asshole.
I don't know what I am anymore.
What was happening? How was this guy being an asshole to
Who?
everyone? The guy that was the secret Hitler or whatever when you're playing that game?
Oh, he was just playing the game.
Was he trying to control other people or
Yeah,
he's domineering?
he was domineering. But I just hate it when a dork domineers. You know what I
'Cause
mean?
they're the worst at it.
Because they're the worst at it, and I think they're the most sinister about it
Yeah.
as well.
They don't have any like self-awareness. They're not like I could be evil. They're like, no,
Yeah.
I'm good. And
They don't
everything I
have to
do
think
is
about
good.
those things.
Yeah.
Those things are not facts.
Yeah.
So they're irrelevant. You
They
know.
don't care about their emotions and they're very emotional beings and they don't even address their feelings.
Right. And you never see the emotion, so you never know where it's coming from. So it's always
Yeah.
like, yo, where?
It's inhuman.
Yeah, what's the motive?
They're worse than wolves.
Yeah. And they grew up being bullied, probably. So they got like that revenge card in them that like the world is against them. I never trust a dork. I see a dork and I go,
Well, that's a great way to shit on people that are already being shit on.
nah. Sorry, I love dorks.
What do you?
No, I
what
really
kind
like
of person do you like?
dorky people, but then there's a dork that gets into power,
Yeah.
and the ones that can't handle it, the ones that are like mean about it, I'm like, I
It's the
don't
worst
trust it.
combination. There's no attractiveness physically. There's no social grace,
Yeah,
and it's just like you're getting none of the positive things of like, you know, like a bully. Like
right,
at least they make you feel good,
right,
and then they're also bullies.
right. Well, it's like the Stanford experiment movie. It's a movie about
The experiment.
yeah, and the dork guy gets put on the cop side, like it's like separated into authorities and prisoners, and the dork guy gets into power, and he's like this mild mannered nerd dork, and then as soon as he gets into power, he's the most evil, sinister one of all of them. Don't do it.
It's like
and
a vape. I'm just taking a hit.
and I got the vibes from that guy.
Yeah. So he was a little dorky. What did he look like?
He looked like the person that would make fun of me for being dumb.
So he was like Jesse Eisenberg in The Social Network, like Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, he had Zucker vibes, and
He sucked.
he zucked. He sucked it up. And then I don't go, well, he just did that thing, and you go,
He would do that? He would like he would turn you down like you're a volume fader.
yeah, you go,
He
and I go,
got you digitally.
yeah, he
He
did.
hacked your mainframe.
He did. So, yeah, give me the positives and negatives. What should I keep doing? What should I change, Hans Kim?
Oh, as a person?
Yeah,
You should continue to be open and vulnerable and you know, taking in everything.
but you said that's also my fault.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. You can't change it. Like, I don't think you can cut it out because if you cut it off, your like your openness, then who knows what you're gonna turn into. Then it's just like a internal spiral turmoil. You need people to keep you down, make you feel sad, and then you can counteract that sadness with your supreme powers of, you know, goofy funniness. And yeah, you just need to counteract. Like you need to like fucking have that thing in you that you're like, fuck, not fuck, but like I take in what you have and then I produce good shit out of it. I just feel like you should be surrounded by like good people, and then you'll take in good and produce good. But if you start taking too much shit, then it's just gonna your machine is gonna be redlining. You're gonna be
Mm.
trying to churn all this shit into good. So I feel like you're very sensitive, so you need to hang out with me and Taylor a lot more.
Taylor presses my buttons, dude.
Ooh,
I got mad at him about a month ago at brunch.
really?
I was being serious. I wasn't being serious.
No,
What did you
that's
say?
that's what the people always say. They go, "I was joking."
I was joking.
Yeah.
You can't take a joke, you fucking.
Yeah, oh, the comedian can't take a joke.
Why is that both of your guys' voice for me? Do I sound like ran out? Like, what the fuck?
Hey, I'm Taylor.
I'm
over here.
Taylor.
You're just like Taylor's like a neutral mixer. You like pour him into a solution to just sort of like mellow it out a little bit.
I disagree.
Dylan just sees me in a negative light.
Does he? Okay.
Maybe I do.
You guys are joking right now. You guys are doing that human joke thing.
Yeah, we hate it.
It's not logical.
Okay, I'm gonna psychoanalyze you
Okay,
now,
should we go
Hans.
party? Oh.
Oh yeah, we did.
Should we go party?
Well, I psychoanalyze you. I forgot to open myself up to the same analysis
Yeah.
because you're just so like accepting of it. You're like, hey, do me.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
never like, oh, do me now.
That's your problem. Ask a question back, Hans Kim.
This
No,
whole podcast is about asking questions.
no. I would say Hans Kim.
Don't say the negatives. Just tell
The
me your
positives.
yeah. No, not the positive. Just like just tell me your true feelings.
Really? So no jokes. Just be honest with you
just,
for real.
No, just do whatever you normally do.
Okay.
Why did you do that face?
No, sorry. I just had something in my nose. I was about to sneeze.
So your analysis of me is that I'm always about to sneeze.
Yeah, no. My analysis of you is you're very logical and you always are curious about things and you're always finding out. And I'm fascinated by how much information your mind holds. And I think it then becomes how will Hans Kim wield his knowledge? And I think that's your journey, you know?
Like, people are afraid that I'm gonna use it for evil.
I don't think you will. I don't think you're evil. I think you're a good person.
Okay,
And
I could be misguided.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
anybody.
Yeah.
But as the Hans Kim brand
That's
becomes
just for the
bigger,
podcast.
you will be faced with tougher and tougher choices. And I would say always remain true to yourself, Hans Kim.
Okay. Tap into my humanness.
Yes.
Don't be too fact based.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like in comedy, like that, I like comedy because it brings out the emotional side of me more.
Yeah.
I could have chosen a engineer's life, but I was like, I feel like I'm an engineer that has a deep hole of longing. I long
What do you long for?
for connection and deep emotions.
But do you feel like an emotional guy?
Yeah. Like, yeah, I get really angry sometimes.
It's anger.
A lot of anger. Yeah, I have anger issues.
What are you angry with?
I mean, usually it's relationship stuff that kind of sends me over the edge sometimes because women I just don't understand sometimes, and I'm like, I did everything I could, and you're still acting like this. I don't know what else I can do, and then I just like explode.
Do you think they're mad at you?
Sometimes women are mad at me, like my girlfriend. Sometimes I'm just like, I don't know what you want from me. I told you logically what I'm feeling, and then there's like a limit to what I can do, so I just need to completely surrender, and then that's kind of hard for me to just completely trust people.
Yeah, because being vulnerable is scary.
Yeah, it's not logical.
No. And you're a man of logic, Hans. Yeah.
I don't think I'm a logic pedant or like a logic pervert.
I don't mean it negatively.
Yeah, I mean, I know that I appear that way, but yeah, I don't know. What do you want from me right now?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. See, you're doing it again. And the worst thing is, I am a woman.
Yeah, this is a good stepping stone for me.
Yeah, I do want to go party. Let's go party.
Okay, yeah, let's go party.
That was so fun, Hans Kim. Thank
Yeah,
you
that
for
was
having
fun.
me.
Thanks for doing it.
Yeah, this is great, dude.